neighbor at the door. So I obviously speeded up time so I could align to giving him his package. All right, so I'm going to open up to the space. We're going to go back into the divine connection, and we're going to be connecting to Merlin again and learning how to collapse timelines with your hands. Collapsing timelines through the quantum computer system. Now, what we do is we usually will sit and we'll program. And we program to collapse millions and millions of timelines and to collapse all contracts that are not in the highest and purest alignment. And we can do that through the hands as we are sitting here speeding up time so we can energetically align to the new timelines. Yes, I know. So I was moving my hands and I was aligning time, and you can do that too. You can learn how to align time. And I usually align it in an infinity. So I can move the hands in an infinity, and moving them in an infinity will start to align and align divine timing. Two, learning how to align timing and divine timing, but you want to speed. And it's not really time, so you're speeding up divine order. And you can speed it up and you can slow it down. And you can speed it up and you can slow it down. And you can slow down and you can freeze in the hologram. So you can sit and look at all timelines that are in divine order. So that's millions of timelines. Yes, you see how those timelines collapse? All timelines that are in divine order, you can see those. And then you can see all the timelines that are not in the highest alignment or the purest alignment through energetic exchange. Everything we do is energetic exchange in the divine order. Everything here is a pure energetic exchange. And keeping that pure energetic exchange, our morphogenetic field at a crystal clear vibration. Being able to see everything in frequencies. And it's okay if you see frequencies in the body that are not crystal clear and are not the highest vibration. That's going to be ascension. That's ascension, okay? There is no negative or positives here either. Everything is unified into one, in one source light, one God consciousness current, into 0 point. There's no duality, polarities here, so no negative and positive, okay? That's all that control system. That doesn't exist in the divine order realms. It's like reversal spin backwards. And it is reversal spin backwards. Now, if you choose your reality grids, and those are your realities, it's fine because those are your collective contracts, and it could be for this whole incarnation. Yes, so movements, if you want to align into divine order, into divine alignment, we actually move our hands in infinity, and that's to unify. If we unify and synchronize, you synchronize all your stargates, your vortexes, you just synchronize, and you can synchronize to the universe too. You walk around and synchronize the outer universe to the inner universe and synchronize, and that's where you start to see the synchronicities, the 111s and the 222s, the 333s. 144 is one of my highest numbers for abundance, and you can use markers for that. Also have stargates that open and play music. So I heard the Little Mermaid song yesterday, and then it was like the Little Mermaid song playing in my heart very vividly in the heart chamber, opening up the stargate in the heart. So that was a stargate that opened. And it could be Lemuria or Atlantis, the underwater kingdoms were opening, and I could see the Aurora Earth, even vivid. Everything was rainbow and rainbow aurora pastels. So that's the next universe. So that's my song for the next universe. And it was loudly playing in my crystal vortex. Now, after that was a drop. After that, I hit it really hard, right back into the 3D. It was hilarious. I go, oh my gosh. But I did a beautiful ceremony with a star sister. We opened up a gate with Anubis. We went on a journey. So that's really what it was. We were activating our canine DNA. So as soon as we started to activate that, it was like boom, right into the star seed not wanting to be on this planet. We would call it the ego death. It was hilarious, actually. So Once you realize that, I was crying, and I go, oh, we're going to bed. This is it. We're going to bed. I was crying, releasing. I knew what was going on. You're conscious about it. And I said, it's time. It's time to go to sleep. The star being ego is coming online. The star seed ego is coming back. We gotta rest and clear this in the dream state. I had the most amazing dreams, and I did. Beautiful, beautiful, vivid HD dreams, and I could see all the plasma frequencies in the dream. So just letting you know that you can synchronize and you can align, but you have to clear. What I'm trying to say is that you'll have to clear. You're going to have to clear the frequencies that you see in your body. If you register them as negative and positive, that's your marker for the fourth dimension. Okay? That's an easy marker. That should be the highest marker. And the best thing out there is when the frequencies are high and you hear negative or positive. Okay? You hear anyone out there, because they're all contracts for markers. Even so, contracts coming to you, talking to you, and you hear negative or positive, and you could see all that duality, is beautiful, because they're showing you that you're in the fourth dimension. So that's a marker. That means this is what you're clearing in your body. Those are frequencies clearing in the body. It's actually really cool. Anyways, Aaron, thank you for staying on. And it's like, I think it's only Aaron. So what happened was, I'll tell you what happened, okay? So as we were doing everything, I received a package of toothbrushes. They're not mine. Symbolic for that, which was funny. And I sat here and looked at it, and then the snowstorm came. And I'll tell you what happened there too, okay? So I'll tell you a little bit about Merkaba programming. So the snowstorm came, and I was like, I'm going to go find this person. So as I'm sitting here and we're aligning and we're synchronizing and we're speeding up time for the alignment of divine alignment, and that's Finneman energy programming. So Finneman energy programming is just align to the divine order, align to the highest new timelines, speed up time so we can activate new timelines, speed up time so we can collapse, and we can reset and realign. Now, as I'm moving my hands like this and I'm speeding up time, I'm speeding up time for the highest alignment, the man shows up at my door to receive his package, and it's a trade. So anyways, hopefully this will be able to assist you. Did you see what happened? So I was like, oh, I have to get off, because my beautiful star child came in and was like, there's a man at the door, and I was like, all right. So I realized, I was cracking up laughing, going, okay, so this is cool. I don't have to go and look for this person, because I was going to go take him and look for him. Now you can do that too, and that's calling forth your highest realities. And I'm going to tell you the funny part. Now that's teaching you guys how to speed up time. You want to collapse millions of timelines into clear timelines. A lot of people will ask, how do you clear timelines? Merlin wants you to know about this. How to clear timelines is to look deep, deep, deep within at your illusions and your veils from the matrix you were born into. Okay? To keep collapsing matrices and bulldozing through timelines of lessons and experiences, if you are able to look within. Now, the one thing is that you have to have activations and triggers. Now, your triggers are your experiences and lessons in the fourth dimension holds a purpose, because you have not expanded enough to be able to see this yet. And that's perfect. There's times I haven't either, where I'll ask for it. And I said, just do it so I can see everything. With grace and ease, yeah. With grace and ease. With divine grace, okay? I want universal laws. Let me see everything with divine grace, because if not, you get hit, or you can get hit hard. Anyways, if you're okay with it. Most likely, yeah, warriors of light are okay with being hit really hard. So I can see I was asking for that for a long time. That's like natural. Coming in, I just now started to say, and in that divine Finneman would come in and say, I'm going to align you to someone to teach you how to do it with grace and ease, because you are just hitting yourself upside the head. So remember, when you speak into creations, we become the creator and the oversoul. When you're ready for this, you should know you're the higher ascended self fully merged. So it's, you have to understand the creator self is you creating your timelines, not asking out there. You know how you call it, we can call it forth. We call it forth. We create it through the heart. We manifest through the heart, the HD vision and vivid, but there's no asking out there anymore. You are just asking yourself. That's another veil of ignorance. And it is when you're just sitting there going, saying, asking out there, it is a veil of ignorance after a while, because your higher self will say, hello, you are the higher self. Then, you know, that's where we stay separated in the merging. Now, when you're collapsing your timelines and speeding up time and you're figuring out how to program your realities and program your Merkaba, that's where you are. You are it. So you're just asking yourself, and that's the funny part, right? So the next thing is you'll be talking to your heart for a long time going, so what's going on? You know? So that's all. Eventually, you're talking to your heart chakra and asking. You're asking your third eye, and you're asking your heart, and talking to these currents right here, and going. So why is it? So hello, you know, I'm calling the Sid. It hasn't materialized fast enough. So most likely, you're in a halt. You're in a halt in timelines because we're in a recollaboration right now. We could be in a halt until February. So creational energies could be a halt in a sense of non-materializing. Now, if you're creating right now, you most likely could experience tons of collapses and millions of collapses. So you'll be talking to yourself for the rest of your incarnation. You'll be calling in the realities, because when you call forth your realities, you're materializing it through the holograms. You're materializing it in the quantum field within inside of your field, your universe. It's your system. It's your Merkaba. It's your Merkaba. It's your ship. Eventually, sometimes you'll be yelling at the ship when you're releasing a lot. And that's hilarious too, because we're all there. And then you could be screaming at your teams and technicians, which are your guides. Your guides are you. They are really you. Those are your guides. The guides are your higher selves in your morphogenetic field. But then eventually you'll realize you could have been releasing. You could have been releasing for 6 years, yelling at your councils. And which are just you. Eventually you sit and you'll be laughing going, oh my God, I was releasing my ego for 6 years. Whew, it's a long time. Right? And you'll be like, just get it done. You're talking to yourself. It's hilarious. Now eventually it becomes fun. It'll become fun. Okay. So it really is. Eventually you'll be cracking up laughing when you realize that it's the full system, because you can't see the Merkaba system. You can't see the holograms yet. You can't see the crystalline quantum fields, the plasma fields yet. Once you start seeing it, you go, oh, it's just me. Yes, it's just you. The energetic exchanges are divinely aligned. And the new earth, they're divinely aligned through soul agreements. Now, if you have clients, those are soul agreements. Okay? And there's lots of masteries with that. That's why I always tell people, go into service. If you want to learn, go into service. Go into serve, like we're all doing, because you will learn the highest masteries very quickly. Very quickly, with many different beautiful consciousnesses. As I say, awesome consciousnesses, but you will be able to master very quickly, and you don't have to stay there either. And you really don't. You could go in and say, I'm going to master this, and you master it, and then you can move on to a new creation. We're creators here in this space. You can create a creator career. Like, I have a beautiful soul sister, we call her the divine dentist. Now she's the divine dentist, but she's going to be able to create something new, but she creates all the time. It's all this creation energy, and it's creating something new. So these are just letting you know, if you think it's 3D, that's not true. How can you turn it into a creation of a higher dimensional band? How can it be new earth? How can you shift this whole organization? How can you shift the company if you're a CEO? Okay, or if you're going in full service and you're working for somebody else, how can you shift this? All right, Yes, exactly. I said, if you are sitting there yelling for 6 years, like somebody we know, which is me, sitting there screaming at your crew pits, your crew, you know how when you're driving a race car and you're going, you better fill up my tires, please. I need new tires. So, you pull in, you need the tires, the pit crew. Okay. So 6 years sitting there screaming at my teams and go, we got to get this done. Well, that's a commander, and it all depends on how you're waving your arms. So I'll be waving my arms around and directing at the same time and saying, you better get in here. And it's like all of these, like, and they're like, we're already here, you crazy woman. Woman man. So anyway, it's just like, it's a woman man because my higher self is a man. Is more of a high commander, masculine being, and I'll be. It's like I guess chose a woman's vessel, but anyways, so you'll be sitting there and I pull in my hands, but most of the time I'm telepathically moving my hands. For 6 or 7 years, when I had to be around others, I would blow their minds. They would think that I was completely crazy or nuts if they saw what I was doing, behind doors, going, "Oh my God!" Like call in my crews, calling in all of my teams, my technicians, and just screaming. So I was obviously had contracts with 3D Realms for a while. And I would go in and I'd walk into a room or the bathroom and I'd be sitting there directing all of my galactic commanders to start coming in and all of my crews. And I'm screaming at them and going, you better clear and sweep, and all this crazy stuff. And I realized it's not how you direct. Somewhat. So it's like, and eventually it was all telepathic. And it was like I was bringing in the army of the armies out there or something really crazy that I couldn't see I was doing yet. And it really was. I mean, I was accessing ships, and I do that now. I bring in ships, all kinds of crazy stuff. I'll be open up gates upon gates, and you can do this. So it's hilarious, actually. And it was for like 6, 7 years. I'm like calling them in telepathically. I'd be having conversations with you, and I'm going, call in and clear and sweep. Clear and sweep. Like, get in here and start clearing and sweeping. Like, you guys got me here. I can't believe you put me in here. It was like that craziest, like, awakening of an awakening where I am that traveler, like that Templar sitting here going, what am I doing here? Like, how am I here? Like, who put me here? Like, so, that merging with that higher angelic was hilarious. That high commander merge, just sitting there blowing it up in the body with the ego, blowing up the ego in the body, having conversations, just going, are you guys kidding me? Like that expansion. It was fun. Not so much. It really depends. So when I realized that it's my higher self freaking out on earth, freaking out for a while, trying to like adjust for 6 years, like really freaking out, trying to figure out, so like, where's my crew at? Where's my teams? And then I realized most of them are not awakened yet. So eventually I realized that too. And I said, oh man. Then I just said, you know what? I'm just going to roll, and I'm going to roll with them from another time and space. And that's it. So I stopped looking for a long time. And it was like a few years, but I realized a lot of them I was talking to are from other times and spaces. And I said, I'm just going to roll with you guys. And they're fully quantum. They're actually really beautiful quantum high commanders. And that, so I was like screaming. Eventually they were like, stop screaming, like, we're here. like, we're here. Eventually everything turned on, and they turned, my universal soul turned everything on so I could see, and I could see men in silver and silver and blue. And I go, oh, okay. And then there's some in red. There's some that wear red shirts. Red, well, I call them red and silver. But there's the ones in silver. The ones in silver are my teams and technicians, and those are travelers. Those are some really cool travelers, actually. And they're all in my ship. So the whole time when you're screaming, you stop screaming after a while because you realize they're star beings. And then that's where you become that empathic, and they always will tell you that it's lag time. That there's lag, that there's this, it's not like it was before, that the materialization, you have to vibrate higher. Eventually they're like, you have to vibrate higher. It is that, and then eventually you figure it out. So it's like it's light foods, you're working out, it's the body, okay? Now, if you are vibrating at a low speed, you're not going to materialize everything fast. You have to take care of your body. You do have to exercise. When you're fully quantum, you have to exercise and move the body. It's a full body system. So remember this too, okay? Because when you are exercising and you're lifting weights, you're collapsing. You every time you're running or you're moving your body, when you're fully quantum, you're moving, you're exercising. It's pure clean water, it's light food. So if you hold density in your body, you will know eventually they get in and they tell you you're vibrating too low. You need to move your body. You need to run. You need to exercise. You need to stop eating meat. My God, hello. That's holding density in your body. It's hilarious. Eventually, like, you're not going to materialize anything. You'll hear, if you're a high commander, or a captain like me, eventually you'll hear them screaming at you, like, hello. If you stop doing this, you probably will materialize your new timelines. So it's hilarious. I hope you guys have fun with this. Those of you that are talking to your crews and your teams, I did it for 6 years, screaming telepathically. I would go and run in the room because I'm the high commander. I'm the captain, man. I'm the captain of the ship. And I would run into the bathrooms and I'd be like, oh my God, like, get in here, like, figure out how to get me out of this place. Like, it's like, anyway, hilarious stuff, hilarious. We're just like jumping around on the toilet seat, cracking up laughing, going, get me out, like, get me out of here. Like, oh my God. Because you'll hear your crew laughing, you'll be cracking up. And then eventually, and that really is a part of the dark night of the ego. That's like the full merge. And I would be like standing up on the toilets, like jumping around, going, if you guys don't get in here and do something, my God, like, where am I? Like, and hilarious stuff. But I would always walk into the room because I realized for the longest time, because there's no way I could be myself, right? But that was my ego. And no, there's no way I could have been myself. For that one, I would have wound up in a loony bin very fast. So very fast with unconscious people, because you can see everything and you can run everything, and that's how you just know you can see their consciousness is not expanded enough, and that's really just what it is. The consciousness is not expanded enough to understand what's going on, so it's contractions. And it's really simple. So your contractions, when you become the high commander, that galactic guardian, and that's where you become one with your teams, because you'll be talking to them all the time. You'll be able to see, hear, and feel them. Once you actually see them in your morphogenetic field, they're not entities, they're your teams. It depends on who you are, though. So if you come in with, I also have military teams, and I do. I have security teams, I guess is something that I heard them call it. But they are security teams. Anyways, I was led to what security teams that I have. And they're universal gate community teams. So I have all of those. Grand Rising, yes. So you want to see, do you have security teams? And then eventually I could see them coming in and talking to me. They're huge, they're blue, they're massive. And they just sit here with me all day long. And then the funny part is when you go through the drops. So you drop sometimes, so you forget about them. And then I sit there and I go, well, you guys are going to have to be in front of my face, because now I'm going back into 3D. But I have security teams and everything else. And I was sitting there, I realized I was screaming at them for the longest time. And they were just laughing, going, just just go sit outside, you know, like you're having a serious contraction. Now the contractions get closer and closer together because the contractions is you're merging with that higher version of you, and that higher version's sitting there saying, find a way to get me off this planet. And that's like it's, you know, kind of walking around. And the reason why is because of density. And that's one of the reason why those contractions kept happening is the density of others and planets and all kinds of, you know, the planet pretty much. And also everything here, the artificial intelligence, the density of others and the unconsciousness. And you're just like, whoa, like this is, you know, that's contractions. And that's a part of the starseed awakening. And the starseed awakening, eventually you filter out the contractions, that being, and that's the DNA activating, the star DNA will start to activate in the body, and you'll be having contractions back to back, and then everything merges. So you want to sit there and see, eventually tune in, because they will tell you. So reversal spin is where you're not screaming at them anymore and yelling at them. It all depends on who you are. Now, for me, anyways, as a commander or high commander or whatever it is, they call me all different kinds of stuff. As a commander, commanders command, and they command, yeah, thousands or millions of different systems. So that's what it could be. So for a long time, anyways, you're a commander. I was like, I don't know if I should be commanding like this, but in the system, in the starship, for ones that are galactic commanders, in the starship, when you wake up, you're using your hands, and it's a full body system. So the hands, it's a full system, and it's a full body Merkaba system. Okay, so it's a full ship, and it is a full ship because you have your teams, your crew with you, and that are merging even closer to you to communicate to you. So whatever it is you're asking for, you want to ask. If you want a time frame, not really, because that's all your expectations. But they'll teach you how to at least vibrate the body higher, and then you can actually see them, and then you have a life with them. Okay, so the Galactic Guardians, after you awaken fully to see your teams and technicians, and they will assist and align anything for you, and they'll align everything, community, cities, stuff like that. They'll do anything for you, as long, I guess, as long as they're speaking in purity. Sometimes they know that's just you, and who you are. So mine pretty much know that this is just me. If I start going way too far as a fairy, as I say, that's where they'll have to sit and get me back for a while. And that's very true. So they'll come and go, we got to get you back, and we have to get you all the way back. Okay, like we really have to get you all the way back. Like you're way over there. Like come back over here and play with us. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go be a fairy, because the elementals here, I resonate. I love the elementals. I love Gaia. I love the inner earth. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while, because when you go back over here, you have all this work to do, and you do. It's true. If you have universal security teams and really big crews here, and all these ships in your backyard, and your ships in your house and everything that are flying around, and Arcturians and all this coming in, they ask a lot. You guys do. So it's okay to be a fairy, you know, a fairy, an elemental. I'm going to go become an inner earth or a dragon for a while. I'll be back. So anyways, this is absolutely beautiful. So it's translations, and most of the time I'm speaking telepathically to them, or I'm speaking in multiple star languages to them. So it all depends on which one I'm communicating to. Now the mechanicals, a lot of them are going to be the higher ones in the higher dimensions. The mechanicals is the mechanical languages. I call them mechanicals, like Arcturian will sound very mechanical. Different types of dialects. But yeah, anyways, I hope this is able to assist you with your Merkaba programming. And a lot of it, when you communicate to your crews, they'll tell you you're not vibrating high enough. Now, clearing timelines is Merlin. We're going back, Merlin. Going back with Merlin, clearing timelines is clearing your Akashics. So you want to look deep within and keep looking deep within on your unconsciousness programming. And you have to clear the Akash. So you would activate key codes, and it's really simple because people will ask, how do I activate key codes? You just speak it into creation. You set the purest intention to activate the Akasha key codes for cleansing and clearing. You just speak. The speak from the throat chakra is the power of the divine voice. It's super intelligence. Super intelligence is visualization, and then you can see the codes coming in if you pay attention. You can see the Akasha key codes coming in, and you would know you're going through a clearing, but that's a purging. That would mean you're purging the body. Okay? Resting, sleeping, lots of tea. Yes. Playing. Anything to keep you in a higher vibration. The heart center open to 100%. So you want to speak it. The super intelligent systems here, you're the creator. The creator is the power of the voice. If you're going to be speaking lower frequencies, and how would you know that too? Because I've met a lot of people that speak and are not able to see that they're running lower frequencies when they speak. You can tell by the victim programming coming up, or judgment and separation. It's very simple to tune into. That's not from a place from the heart. And that's another thing I've watched too as well. And I am a galactic commander sitting here just observing and going, that's not from the heart, and I don't know how to, anyways, it's kind of like tuning into those frequencies is like, that's not a heart space. We speak in purity here. You can see what's running in those frequency bandwidths, but you have to clear them out so they could be there for 6 years just speaking. And speaking to clear the crystals and to bring the crystals online. And it's all that crazy programming coming up. I did it for 6 years. And eventually you realize that tunes and tones, you speak creations. So you can say, bring in the Akashics and speak the Akashic records. Listen to the Foshanti, Gusanakati. I know. I think there's somebody asking about language of light. Language of light is the universal language of your soul. Your higher selves activating keys. Okay, so it's your higher self speaking through your throat chakra, speaking through the voice box. It's your higher self languages. It's not entities or deities. Okay, you are the God self. You are the universal soul. You are the galactic beings. Okay, it's the universal language of your soul. Angelic. It all really depends on your higher selves and who they are. Are they ancient Babylonian, Sumerian, Arcturian, Syrian? Most likely Syrian is what you would be unlocking. Now the universal soul is infinite. Those are infinite languages and dialects. So hopefully that will be able to assist you. I think it's Kali up 222. So language of light, and the languages are the languages of your higher selves. Your higher selves are your multidimensionals, and it's a multidimensional reality. So it's your multidimensional higher self speaking through here, activating the higher heart, the language of the the language of the higher heart, language of the heart. Now, if you're translator of source later, you can call it channeler, translator of source. Now, if you're a translator of source is translator of everything. All galactic languages, everything. You're translator of source. It's the multiverse. I hope this is able to assist you. All right. We're going to connect our hearts for Miss Maggie Diaz. Everyone is going to open up into the divine space. We're going to bring in frequencies for the solar raw dragon DNA activations. Connect our hearts to bring in key codes and divine white light, to send it to Maggie Diaz and also all of her divine family and soul contracts, soul agreements here on Gaia, and to send pure love. We're going to use white light frequencies, solar raw, photonic light, dragon energies, and we're going to all activate dragon key codes today, connecting to our unicorns and unicorn healing. Yeah, that seems like what she wants. We're going to connect and send in that rainbow energy. We're We'll use the solar raw liquid light. It's a rainbow source light and the alchemy of source. We're going to activate dragon codes for her too as well, and then unicorn healing. And that will be for everyone in the collectives and all that need it in this now. So we're going to create a white light circle as a divine family of light for Miss Maggie Diaz, and that she is expanding in a sense through ascension initiations, and she has stage 4 cancer, and I want to hold a beautiful light space for her. Now it's ascension initiations, and that's what her higher self wants me to transmit. Nothing that is going to be victimization energies into this space at all. Asante. All that are needed, any disease or trauma coming up for all of the collectives, we're going to be connecting into those vortexes too. Yes, she would never want me to speak in a lower frequency band. We're going to activate unicorn healing energy, unicorn white light, and unicorn pink crystalline energy. And we're going to send it into her heart centers and then to all of her divine family, soul agreements, and send it with love to hold space as a place of the divine order, divine white light order, and the cosmic heart order of love, that we're sending pink unconditional love. Gesantino, Gishantina Kata. Gesantino Foshanti. Gesanakana Durfukushanti. Gesanti. Yes. And that's for everyone that has disease coming up in the body, and they are ascension initiation key codes, cycles that we all go through to purge. And I always tell everybody this, that ascension is in the physical, that we ascend in the physical body and we ascend out of the body too. So it's ascension. Gasantino for Shanti. Gasano Kushanti, Gasanako Shanti. Shantino for Shanaku, Shantina Kasanti. We're going to bring in unicorn, pink heart, light, and connect to our unicorn energies. Gasantino Shafushanti. We're going to send the divine solar raw dragons and to awaken the dragons and awaken her unicorns, to send love and to love to all. Shantino Foshanaku, Shantinaku, Shanti, Santino Foshayo, Shantinaku Nandakati, Sayo Yanandavanaku Shanti Anakata, Gisanti, into the heart, pink platinum, liquid crystalline light of unicorn rays. This into the Foshanaku Shanti. We're going to awaken the dragons, to send in the solar raw photonic light, and to send it into the vortex for relaxation and deep inner peace, and to relax and to let go. We're the light warriors coming in to stand next to you. Shantino Foshano, Shantino, Shantino Krishanti. Wasanakana Derfu Shantina Kio Kushantu Kushanakata Santino Shanfoshanaka Santi. And that's for everyone in this now that could have disease, cancer, any type of health, acceleration, releases, and energetic releasing in the body. Santino Kushantu Nakata Usantu Fushanaka Santi. That we are going to expand as a family of light, and to fly our ships, and to multiply, and to multiply ourselves into millions, so we can stand with them and to assist them with pure love intentions, Christ and light, and the solar raw frequencies, and to hold that space. That way they can relax, and they can relax and feel like they can take that energy off. They don't have to keep fighting as a light warrior. That we will hold that space for them, hold that energetic container. Santino Kushanti, Santino Kushanakuna, Santino Shantino Kushanti, Osayo Koyokoya Kanandervana, Santino Kushanti, Go Santi, Go Santi. Gesantino Foshanti. I'm going to create a vortex and to awaken our dragons, higher aspects of the solar raw dragons, to awaken and to multiply. Gesantino Foshantina Q, Santina Q, Nukuno Kasanta. O Santina Foshanaku, Santina Q, Kusantina Ki. Santina Kushanaku, Santina Kasanakata. Oisho Kushanaku, Kushana, the Vaka Santiaku, Nakana, the Fukushanti, Kushantina Kia Kisanta. Gusantino Kushantino Kushanakiana. Santina Shafushanaka Santi. We're going to awaken the higher aspects of us, the universal soul, to hold space in a beautiful light space. Nesantino Kuja. Nesantino Kusana. Ushantina Ki, Ushantina Kushanti. Guasananda Vanaku Santina Kia Kananda Vanuka Santi. And connecting with the divine white light of unicorn, peace, relaxation, healing. Gusanti Fu Shanaki Santi. Wasananda Fukushantina Ki Santina Kushanakina Kata. Santina Kusanti. We're going to send it to our divine sister. Santina Santi, that you can rest and relax. Vishintido Fushanaku Sanaka Santi. Visintido Fushanaka Santi. Oshanaku Shanti. Ushanaku Shanakata. And sending in pink rays of unicorns, frequencies, all the frequencies of the divine to all of our family, all of their family that are experiencing the purging and the clearings of loss. Gasantino Shantino Kushana Kasanti Gasanakata, the releasing in the body. Gasanti. I hope I don't follow you. Santina Kosayo Shanti. Gasantino Hushadaka Satio Shakati. Clear that. Wishintino Kushanto Kusana, Wishantina Kuna, the Nirvana Kusanti. And we're going to stream in the photonic light from the sun, the Aurora sun. Wisantina Katan, the Christed light. And to fill up all places and spaces of the body, all the soul contracts, soul agreements, all the divine souls that are experiencing releasing and energetic releasing. Ones that can relax. And we're going to multiply into millions and millions and millions. That way we can support all of them and hold space. We're going to awaken our solar raw dragons and to assist and to fly around them, to tune and to tone the fields and to stabilize. Sending in all of our unicorn kingdoms to send through time and space pure love, unconditional love, and pink energy platinum liquid lights and frequencies of light. Of deep relaxation and inner peace, and to remove those veils of anxiety and the veils of death, and to remove those death veils, and to release the fear from their body, to relax. All of the fear illusions of the matrix, all of those illusions and veils that they project into their pineal gland, into their conscious field and into their body, and just to shift those off. And those are just all that control, that fear, feeding into a system, being fed and just feeding. And just removing it off. That you are an advanced being on a human experience. And to send peace to their heart and to peace and unconditional love. Yeah, removing veils of tangible realities. Ushanaku Shantina Kuna, Desantinoku, Gesantina Kana, Gesantino Fushanti, Yasantino Koshanakata, Gusantino Kuno, Canada de Focusanta, Santi. Santina. Bringing in the Christed light and the Christed source light. Releasing judgment and the collective consciousness. Releasing all judgment. Aligning to the highest divine alignment in the purest frequency of the purest energetic exchange for all. In the purest for her. And visualize them. You want to visualize them. And visualize them with life, of the breath of life, and activating the breath of life and breathing again. And living and life and creation. And to see them fully awakened, fully life force inside of their body. You want to visualize creation of them in pure creation and the activation of the breath of life, which is the Merkaba, their light body. Visualize them up and walking around. Visualize them fully released from the energetic releases of the body, the density of the body. Visualize them crystal clear with no density in the body. Crystal clear. Visualize them with the breath of life. Visualize them crystallized. Visualize the Merkaba fully online. Visualize that there's no density in the body. Visualize them walking. Visualize them with faith and hope. You want to visualize them completely up and walking around and healed. I don't want to say healed, but fully activated with their highest light and their divine aspect of them. We're going to call back all of our power and all of our power that was given away through our unconsciousness within us. And it is our unconscious. And that we're going to take full responsibility and accountability to everything that we see that is unconscious in our reality. And that is the higher aspect, the highest aspect. Will always speak these frequencies into creation. That everything you see is you. And it is. That we're going to call back all of our power, and we're going to pull away and call back all of our power across all time and space. Take full responsibility and accountability to everything that we see that is unconscious in our reality. And we are going to call that in and call back all of our power across all time and space and release and cut cords. And I would like for you just to visualize a diamond sword, a liquid diamond sword, that your hand is a diamond sword on the right side, that you have a diamond sword. And I would like for you to visualize cutting cords of attachment and soul contracts that are not for the highest for you. People, places, and events, and that's part of clearing the Akash and clearing timelines, and to cut all cords, and to cut and to release them in a place of divine power with your solar right sword, your solar sword on your right hand. And you want to cut them, move your hands and cut them, and release them where you gave your power away. And power away is being in your head, and you're in your head too much. Human events, past, present, future, and release all of these cords and clear your head with your solar raw sword, a diamond sword of light. You are your higher self. You are the higher angelic. You are the seraphim. You are that higher force. We don't have to call in that we're just one with source. And just start clearing and clearing your body and release those cords of attachments and creation. And call back all your power across all time and space, where you gave your power away of unconscious program. Software is running in your energy field, in your morphogenetic field. It's your responsibility and accountability of what you allow. You allow in your realities. It's your duty that we see it as ours. Right? And wrong, I guess. We'll release that too. My higher self is a riddler. I'll just riddle you. Don't listen to anything I say anyways. Go inward and listen to your higher self. Okay. Inner temple devotion, and this is coming up. Inner devotion, inner seeing, vivid HD. That we're hitting the 12D and beyond, even more physically here in the physical, which is really beautiful. Beautiful pastels, colors, aurora frequencies is just magnificent. Inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yes, Senti. It's riddled me this, which is funny because that's the universal soul. The highest version of you will just riddle you out of any beliefs. All beliefs. It will just say it's true and not true. It's really not true, so who cares? Don't listen to anything that we say. Really don't. Go listen to your own inner voice. I'm here to speak through example and experience. Okay? Don't listen to anything I say at all. Go inside and find your own way. Connect to your higher self. And find your own answers within inside of your beautiful morphogenetic field. Your own codes and key codes. I'll probably be saying that for a long time. Don't listen to anything I say. Shift your beliefs. Boom. Okay, take a break. This is a good one. A life's work is not a season. Get off the treadmill. This is funny. This one's a good one. We're keeping it high vibe here. I'm shifting to that because that's funny. I have too many divine masculines coming in speaking to you guys. You'll know because you'll be like, oh my God. It is. It's the grandparents. Those are not even the mom and dad. You got the great grandparents coming in and speaking through. Where I'm like, just hold on. For a minute. Hold your dialing in through a Stargate. I'm dialing in through your spinal cord. Dialing in through the spinal cord. Got some crazy Morse codes coming in when I go connect outside. This is like the great I've had the great grandparents, the grandparents coming in one time about 2 years ago. That was crazy. And just literally blowing out chi out of my hands. I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, did you guys put us there? Put us here? Anyways, it was funny. It was a good moment. So it's like dialing in. There's a Morse code coming in. I was sitting there, I brought the Morse code in, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is pretty intense message. Dialing in through spinal cord. It's like the great grandparents are dialing in through the spinal cord, going, hello, can you hear us? And I'm actually writing it, and I go, oh my God, we're not sharing this one. this is I can't share this message, guys. Anyways, anybody ever have you ever been able to try to move through time and space and to play with asteroids? That's fun. Anyone been able to move through time and space, the Merkaba, and go out and you can do it through your hologram. You go out in your universe. You can learn how to play with asteroids, large asteroids, asteroid storms. Have you guys been able to do that yet? You should try it. It is. That would be. Okay, we're going to open up a unicorn portal before I close the space today. I'll be back on at 7 p.m. Stand in your power. Be passionate about your vision. Bring about positive change. Go Santi. And this one is beautiful. Stand in your power. Yes. We're standing in our power. Mahatama. Mahatama energy. I hope this is how we say it. Mahatama energy. Build your light body. Accelerate attention. سنتي عايشة فوش سنتي جيشنا ندري فنك سنتا shanti moving them. It's funny. All right, I'm sending love to all of you guys. We open up a beautiful space. Everyone that is lighting candles for Maggie and all of our family that are currently energetically releasing through ascension cycles. You can set up a grid. I'm gonna start my anointing when I get off of here. I set up the space. I gotta go clean up and take showers and stuff like that. But I love you guys very much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and you guys can work with us in the higher realms as we're building huge altar grids for her and setting up divine space, and also for her and others too as well. I dedicate everything to beautiful Kat. She was an awesome Syrian woman that came in. A lot of it is all dedicated. Everything I'm doing is dedicated to her. It is said because she came in, she was a beautiful soul agreement that came in. So I promise I am going to get it done for the crystal children. So I'm here as like eventually it will materialize hopefully in a few years. So a lot of it is all dedicated to them, and we love you very much. But a lot of them ascended out of their bodies. So I'm sending so much love to all of you. And it is ascension, and they're higher version of them because I can see them. It's just the human veils will have to expand to see this. A little, kind of see that acceleration to understanding the blueprints they designed coming in here. So everything is set up that they're with me here in the higher realms. So love to all of you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys tonight.